Hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Stuart here from my shop, the Woolpatch, a delightful little yarn shop in Long Melford, Suffolk, UK. I'm coming to you live for an hour-ish, and then in the YouTube chat right there is producer Fizz, as always, saying hello, keeping everything in the right direction, speaking to me in my ear, so we keep within our hour schedule, just about. And of course, dropping all those important links that we talk about during the show. 8 o'clock for an hour. We changed the beginning up a bit. We thought we'd just go straight into the show. We might come back to you at the end to do a little poll to see if you liked it or not. I was thinking about the replay with people watching on replay. If they then saw the 5-minute intro where we do all the lovely hellos and everything, whether they'd then tune off or switch off, I don't know. I don't know whether that's part of the enjoyment of watching the Woolpatch show. So if you do watch on catch up and you skip it, let us know. Or if you do watch on catch up and you don't skip it, let us know. Are you a skipper or a non-skipper? So we thought we'd go straight into it. And then in this little bit, obviously get a chance to say hello, because we're not going to miss those out for a couple of minutes for sure. Beatrice, hello, looking forward to seeing the show. Good to see you, Beatrice. You're going to see your little Chianti Cardi in a little while. James, oh, look at my, I've made my thing bigger because I thought, you know, if you're looking on an iPad, the comments might be quite small. So I thought, you know what, I'll increase the size. Now it's much bigger, isn't it? That sure is such a tease, putting up that screensaver featuring all that lavender. Did I? Where did you see that? I didn't. Well, that's nice to know. Hello, Sue. Good to see you. Hey, Julie. Nice to see you too. Jenny's in the house as well. Happy New Year to you, Jenny. And Margaret. Oh, well, there shouldn't be ads. I didn't. What, an ad at the beginning? Ah, right. So maybe during the 5 minutes that we used to have, there may have been an ad there. But there will be no ads during the show unless we have that little moment where I say for an ad, which we normally do just before the gallery so you can get a cup of tea. But that helps anyway, so thank you, Margaret. Hey, Jam, good to see you. James says hello to Fizz as well. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you too. So many people are going to see their own little Chianti Cardi spinning around on our twirly gig. I got it out and spent most of Christmas filming them all for you. Hey, JB, how are you? Hi from Chile. Oh, I know. It's freezing here too. We were like 0. What's that for you in Fahrenheit? 20, is it? 20? What's that for in Fahrenheit? Is it 20 Fahrenheit? 30 Fahrenheit? Is that cold? Yeah, that's right, because I think we're minus 30 to get to centigrade, aren't we? There's some fun. Yeah, that's right. 32 says Fizz. Susan, you got snow. Oh, I do love snow. Just for a couple of days, though. Jimbo says evening all. Hello. Hey, John. Good to see you. I always miss your afternoon show because I am doing a dress rehearsal myself here. And I get to 5 o'clock when I finish and then I see you pop up and think, damn, I've missed you. Karen from Wigan, hello. Tuning in with one eye while watching the pottery throwdown. Oh, that's very good skills. That is. Hey, Bertus. So many people here. Hey, Alison. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Will be 30 degrees. I can only just think of that. Off for a morning swim too. Oh, lovely. Hello to you all live. Hello if you're watching and you don't chat, but you still are watching live. Good to see you. Lovely to have your company for an hour. We've got all the usual things coming up for you if I push this right button. You know, 8:15 guest of the year around around about there. And then a glorious gallery, a Christmas special gallery with Christmas music, just to celebrate everyone's Chianti Cardis. We've got some crochet chat after, well, a little after our chat in the next couple of minutes. And then a new feature, patterns that bring you joy. And every time I say that, I think of Kiwi James because of his yarn shop. Joy of Yarn. I think there must have been something going on there, James. I think perhaps we had a chat and then I got inspired after talking to you or something. So I always think of you that. A lovely, quick little feature with 2 patterns that you viewers have sent in, one each, to say what's so good about a particular pattern and why it brings you joy. And hopefully we can champion that pattern, and then you never know, you might go and buy it and make it yourself. And all the usuals. Oh, the charts. If you can wait till 8:50, there needs to be a bit of a warning, don't you think, Fizz? A parental... Fizz says absolutely. A parental warning. I don't know what's going on in the charts today, but there are some ones. And some that will make you go, ooh, and there's some that will make you go closer. And some that... You might have to put younger ones' eyes, tell them to look elsewhere. It's all over the place. Never known it before with the charts. Anyway, just to... Oh, yeah, I think we might have to. Fizz just said we might have to put a YouTube warning up, an 18 plus. That's to whet your appetite. So that's what's coming up. Normally we start the show with a show starter, and it's something I've made, but I haven't finished my Christmas cast on make. We'll talk about that later on. But what I thought I would properly do is show off all your Chianti Cardis. Can you remember back to the chickens? We had the lovely video of the window display. But we also put them on a little twirly gig and I filmed every one of them in slow motion. I've done exactly the same with your Chianti Cardis. So you get to see yours close up. Over 60 were made. Some of you sent them via posts. Many of you were in the village and sent them all. We had about 60 odd made. So we've got 2 videos, one now for our show starter, which will be everyone's Chianti Cardi that was sent via post. So that's from Germany, Beatrice from Ireland, all over, and all over the UK too. And then the gallery, we've got all the local people. So there's about sort of 3 minutes in the gallery in a minute now. So let's go straight into it. You're going to get that Christmas music on and you're going to be, oh, what? Oh, no, just bear with it. But enjoy seeing everyone's Chianti Cardis that you knitted or you crocheted for our window of our Christmas window 2024. It's just, oh, I love it. How good is that? And what timing there too. Jimmy turns up. It's so cool, isn't it? So Jimmy's in the chat. Jimmy was the one that made the pattern in the first place. And so many here too. So I think as Fran, did you see yours? Hey Fran. It's just lovely, isn't it? It is. And I was sat there just saying to Fizz, do you know what? I think our little twirly gig is now a Woolpatch tradition. Anything we do where you make something for us, we've just got to do it because I just love it. It's just nice seeing them all in close up as well, and an appreciation from me to you in what you've done, celebrating everyone's craft. Maybe that's the teacher in me. There is something lovely about that, isn't it? Celebrating what we all do so we can see it in close up and so you can show others. More people multitasking. Julie, I've got one eye in the snooker Masters final too. Oh, is it? Oh, we had the darts a couple of weeks ago with our Brit lad, didn't we? Luke, and now we've got who's in the final? I don't watch snooker anymore. Hey, Mrs. Beattie, good to see you too. Some great people there, and Carol, wonderful. There was one that had no name. I so didn't write it down on my spreadsheet that I set up. Apologies there if you're in the chat and that was yours. Just go, me, that was me. But I'm normally very good with that, knowing full well people are writing in. So when it arrives, I put it in my spreadsheet. But I reckon something must have happened in the shop at that time because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, oh no, who did that one? Who did that one? Right, other good news, other than seeing all that there, going back to last year, can you remember the nest and the charity? Yes, well, got some good news about that coming up. But as Fizz says, our shop promotion. Now, I had some thoughts over Christmas about the channel, thinking I need to try and perhaps do more about the shop because I'm obviously here at home. The amount of gear that's involved, you just couldn't possibly take it to the shop and broadcast from the shop. But I then thought, I don't do enough at the shop. I like doing the show, but maybe I do need some more shop-centric things going on. So I thought, right, well, each month when we do the Woolpatch show, perhaps we can have a shop promotion where something is on sale and you, YouTube viewer, can get a special price because you're watching on YouTube. Also, you YouTube channel members, yes, all you W'ers there, I can see you all with W's by your name, 24 of you are shop channel members. We can do you a special coupon code for you too. So that's the plan. So what we have for kicking off this January promotion is a Milward Blocking Board for your crochet. It will all become quite apparent after when we get into the second cake, the second lot of 15 minutes, because I'll show you it. And we've got that for you. And if I push this button here, if it works, there we go. 30% off coupon code has already been emailed to channel members with you W'ers by your name. But for those who aren't channel members who are just watching now live, you might go, ooh, I've always wanted one of those blocking blocks for my crochet. Well, you can get 15% off. Retails for 31 quid, but with 15% off, I've already done my sums, 15% off, you'd get it for £26. But you YouTube channel members, you get a whopping 30% off. So you'd get it for £21.70. You're like saving nearly a tenner. There we are. A little perk for you all and a little shop promotion. But we'll talk about that more when we get to it after Guess the Year. Right. As I was saying, can you remember? Say again, Fizz. Nest update, yes, thank you. I just looked down, checking my schedule. The Nest update, can you remember, where are we here? I'll push this button here. The wonderful charity, and that one there. The wonderful charity that from all your chickens that we sold, we raised £700. Well, with that £700, they have brought a donkey and they are thrilled. And you saw, let's do that because that disappeared. Look at this message here. Drum roll, please. It's the first week of the year back at the nest. This is the week that's just gone, they posted this. And it's been lovely welcoming lots of new faces to the farm. But the sweetest of all has to be Minnie, our new little Jenny donkey, who has come up to us from Eastern Farm Park. She's tucked up in a stable tonight and tomorrow, and she'll be heading out into the paddocks to meet some new friends. It's fair to say that we are now all in love. Well, you've got more people in love because we are all too. Look at her. And that is with the money that we raised for them. And that's what's so good with a small charity, isn't it? I know sometimes you give money to charities, you don't necessarily see where it goes. It might have gone to paying staff to come in and not necessarily noticed it because it might have been different types of staff. But this is so visual because the nest is about children, young adults, who need a bit of time away from the school environment to look after their mental health and to address their mental health. And being on the farm, there is something special about that. Being outside, at one with nature, whether that's digging and planting and sorting the veg out, or whether that's feeding the animals, getting off screens, getting away from it all. Well, you need the animals to do it. And now they've got a donkey. So our 700 quid has gone towards Minnie, which is wonderful. And I know many of you in the chat here, I can see so many people say, Lois, yes, I remember you making your chicken. Jan, adorable. Jenny says, how wonderful. Hey, YouTube user, she looks cheeky. Yeah, I think that's what they call her, Minnie. Minnie the Minx, can you remember? Well, you can't, you're a whippersnapper. Yeah, Minnie the Minx from the Beano. James, sorry, Fizz, I just did that at the wrong time. I loved your unexpected connection to the nest through a former student, but does getting a donkey... Oh dear, probably. Oh, it's wonderful. And Margaret says, I love donkeys. Great, so look at that. Wonderful. JB, how great. So happy to have been part of this. Knitted chickens to real, there you go. And you know full well it's going to be loved. They've got to feed it, they've got to take it out, it's going to follow them all. And you can follow them on Instagram. I'm sure there's going to be posts galore to come. Also, there probably will be posts because I am off there. Remember, I'm not at the shop on Mondays and Tuesdays. The farm is open Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, I think. So I said I'll come along and do some teaching. I can dust off my teaching hat and take my crochet or my knitting needles. And they've said they'd love some crochet crafts. So I'm going to go down over January or February, get something sorted on a Monday, and we'll be doing some crocheting. Don't know how long, because I might want to go out with Minnie. But I'll take my camera so we can get some footage of her, that's for sure. So delightful. Thank you, everyone. Everyone who took part in making the chickens, and then also people who bought them. They were so fabulous because of you making them. Thank you. Right. Guess the year. Not too far off, 8:15. Our fun little section where we look at a pattern and we try and guess the year of it. It could be a garment, it could be an actual knitting pattern from way back, it could be something quite modern too, but the funness of it is trying to guess the year. If you're watching live and you're near the computer, you can pop it in the chat. You know, the chat's there, isn't it? Pop it in the chat. If you're just watching at home, shout it out. And maybe argue with who you're sitting next to and let us know. Because we're all on a bit of a crochet theme, which we'll talk about after Guess the Year, it had to be a crochet picture. So get ready, because this, I think for many of you, is going to send you back. What do you think? Come on then, what year? Are some of you going, I wore one of those? Or some of you going, I made one and I wore it? Come on, let us know. JB, is it Julie? I think it's Julie. I want to say Julie. But JB, 1973 going for. Jimbo's going for 73 too. Ooh. Jenny's going for 74. Julie's going for 74 too. Jenny 77. Come on, what are you saying? Another for 74. Karen. Susan's going for 72. Mrs. Beatty 75. YouTube user 71. Beatrice 72. I thought it was Julie. I remembered right from the spreadsheet. Margaret's going for 74. Lois 73. Hey Lois, oh, keep watching the gallery, especially towards the end. Alison is going for 1972. There's quite a few 1972s. Fizz, you might have your work cut out for you trying to find a winner. 1973 says Jan. Holly's going for 74. Fran's going for 71. Marco, hey Marco, going for 1976. Lovely to have you here watching. 1976. Well, do you know what? I don't think we do have a winner, do we, Fizz? Because many of you, some of you are 1, 2 years out, maybe 3 years out. It is 69. Yep. It's the swinging 60s into the 70s. Maybe it was that brownie orange one that threw you off. 69. What's your favourite one there? Are you a bluey, a greenie, or an all over the place one? What would you have? I think I would go... I'm tall. I think I'd go for the greenie. What's your favourite? Let us know. Shout it out to your next door neighbour or pop it in the chat. Crochet. Let's talk more crochet because of my Christmas cast on. Who? Kiwi, James. My crochet. So my Christmas cast on was the Reverie pattern, which was a cool crochet vest made up of granny squares. And that is one square. Thoroughly enjoyed making it. I was using some old yarn that Sue gave me from Stash. Rowan, I remember actually this. Will cover my face. Rowan Creative Linen. And we went for white because we were talking about it on the Christmas show, weren't we? That I would make it and then dye it. And we're going to perhaps go for an ombre. So we're going to dip it in. Think of this tank top, dip it in and dye it with lavender blue and get different shades of lavender blue going up. And I was having good success making it all. Made all 16 over Christmas. Had a really nice time watching Slow Horses. I know, I'm late to it, but we went, do you know what? Should we just get Apple TV just for Christmas and watch Slow Horses? Ooh. 6 episodes every season, 4 seasons. I loved it. It's just brilliant, and binged it whilst I kind of did do a bit of crochet, but sometimes I'm watching what happens next. But that's the beauty of Christmas, isn't it? Taking that time to do crafting and watching something. So I made all 16, and then some of them are halves as well, because the halves are going to be over there. But I've come up with a problem because the pattern is one size only. He made the pattern for himself. So the 2 panels, 3 panels down are not going to be enough for me because I obviously go to the gym a bit too much. So I'm going to have to, because it's meant to be 2 there and 2 round the back, and there's no way that's going to stretch. And also this half one is supposed to be that one over there. Well, that's not even going to go over my shoulder, is it? and it's supposed to. So I'm going to have to get a bit creative. But as I was getting them ready, this is where the blocking mat came in. And then this is where I thought, oh, this might be a good promo. Now, I'm going to go to another camera. Because I was a lucky boy for Christmas, I got a cool little top-down camera so I don't have to plug my phone in anymore. And if I push this button, there it is. And it's also cool because look at this, everyone. It's what we call a PTZ. Look, I can move it. There's the schedule. And if I can get it right. Oh, now you're getting all dizzy, aren't you? If I go this way, no, that way, there we go. Oh, hello. Right, let's set it back to the preset. There we go. This is the blocking board, and I've still got to try and work out how my wires don't get in the way. Haven't quite got there yet. But can you see this? So I am now blocking my crochet, and they come with these pins. They come with 12 of these, and you can obviously stretch it as much as you like, and you can see I've put them in the corners there to make my block nice and square, and these points are in 1 centimeters. I'd have preferred it if it was in inches. But there we are. It's just, I suppose, most of us Brits are metric. But it really is good. And now all I'm going to do, let's come back to me. All I'm going to do is then put another one on and then get my spray of just water on and then let it dry and block it into that shape. And it stretches it, I would probably say, half an inch or so. Let's put it back on again. So I will then, in my corner bits where I've got 3 chains, I'm just going to go like that. And you can see stretch it and stretch it and then pop it down into the right holes. There, how cool is that? And then I'd go, and then I'll just keep piling them up, all 16 of them on. Doesn't that look nice? But you can see how much more I'm getting. It's pulling it out like that, and pulling it out like that. And if I wanted to, I could put in more into there like that. But it's a really, really handy thing. I love it. And if I hold it up, you can see actually how big it is. It's a ruler's length, 30 centimeters. And it's a nice actual wood block. Look. How cool is that? And it will fit, obviously, any size of your granny squares of how much you want to block it by, of how many rounds you've done. So my blocks are, what are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centimetres. Not sure about that in inches. And all your pins can live in there when you're finished with them. And you can pop it back in its box. And it comes with a plastic lid that you can put on it. But it's great for blocking your granny squares. Granny squares can make a huge difference when blocked. And I know a lot of people can't be bothered to block them. I understand it, it's a lot of work. But boy, does it make a difference to the overall effect. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you want to, by any chance, or is it there, purchase it. If you're just a watcher, Fizz will put the link into the chat. Are you still there, Fizz? Oh, she's still there. You've been, yeah, good. When you go quiet, I then get a bit panicky because I'm thinking, oh, have I missed something? No, have I lost connection? Because normally she's telling me in my ear by now to move on. But yes, if you're just watching you get 15% off. So you can click on the link, go pop it in the basket from my website. And then when you're in the checkout, there's a little coupon code box where you'll type in YouTube Blocking Board, press apply, and that will then take off your, what was my sums? Take off your £4.65 for your 15%. But if you're a shop supporter and you've got W by your name, you get 30% off. So you're not going to get it for 30 quid, you're going to get it for almost 20 quid and save 10. If crochet is not your thing, but you know that someone else does crochet, you might think, oh, they might like it. You can obviously buy it for a gift for them or share the code. Share the love. Just send it to them. Just say, oh, you like crochet? Well, I saw this from the Woolpatch. Put this code in and you can save a tenner. If not, or 4 quid. Yes, spread it. Yeah, do so. It's win-win for everyone. But I can't wait to put, I've just started doing it. I'm going to put the rest on there. Look at that. Doesn't it look fab? And then I've just got to work out what I'm going to do. When we were doing the tech on Friday with Fizz, I was talking about maybe putting a panel down the middle, a bit like this. Oh, I went off piece there, middle there. Maybe doing some lace work with knitting and having maybe an arrow, you know, like the feathers on an arrow, have some lace work going up. No, it'd probably be like that. Or my other option, with chatting with a customer in the shop who came in yesterday, could just do a couple more rounds. Now, those rounds don't exist, so I'll have to be creative with my trebles. That one might be technically the less work, just to do a couple of rounds, because you'd only need maybe even one round, because by the time you've got one round on there, that might have given me maybe 2 or 3, half a centimetre to an inch. And that's probably all I need to get round my pecs. So we shall see. But that was my Christmas cast on, and I'm aiming to get that finished for our show starter in February. There we go. Let's just have a look at the chat, because we're coming up. Oh, so we're coming up to the gallery. Oh no, it's the crochet challenge. Oh, I'm miles off. Yeah. Right, just look at your schedule. Thanks for it. I know, you have even put on there. And that's why I've got Fizz talking to my ear. No, it's the crochet challenge. Of course it is. Some of you might be interested in this. I saw a couple of friends on Instagram do this crochet challenge and tag me in it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm up for that. I'm kind of have a bit of fun. So crochet hook, doesn't matter what size, as long as it's the right for the yarn. But I used 4mm and I used this because I was doing it at the time. And the challenge was, how quick can you do a 4-round granny square? This is 7 rounds, so it's a real big one, but only 4. And I thought, I'll have a go. I know crafting is not a race, but it's a bit of fun. And I would just like to see how quick I am. Well, Adam had posted it first, and he then sort of got us all in after watching, we call her Pigeon, fabulous crochet. You must look at her Instagram. Fizz will put the names of them all in the link so you can go and have a look, and we'll have them in the description below afterwards. She'd done it first, 6 minutes to do a 4-round granny square. Adam had then done it and then did it in 15. And that's where I saw the tag originally and said, right, come on, Stuart, what can you do? And then Martin had done it as well. And Martin had got, let's just check our notes here. All wonderful. What did Martin do it in? 10 minutes 58. So I thought, okay, right, let's have a go. So watch this. Literally about a week ago, I had had a little go at doing it. And do you know what? I haven't even put it into the running order on here, Fizz. How shocking is that? Right, I know. I've clearly copy. That's not there. Where? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, here it is. I put it in the wrong place. Take a look at this, and as you watch, think, I wonder what I could do. So I saw Pigeon, Adam, and Martin all doing this challenge of how quick can you do a 4-round granny square. Now, I've got Race in my surname, so I don't mind a little challenge. I quite like the idea of having a time challenge, so I'm going to have a go. Right, get ready. I'm now going to start that timer now. So that's round 3 done. I can see the end in sight. Last pond, fill. 1. Man. 2. 3. Oh, slip stitch. Oh. Stop the clock. 12 minutes, 25 seconds to finish that. There it is, 4-round granny square. My hands are burning. Bit of fun there. What can you do? 4 rounds with a 4mm crochet canary. Let's see. And I thought I was going really, really quick. But clearly I'm not, am I? 6 minutes. And what was fascinating about Pigeon, who did it in 6 minutes, she started the second round at 1 minute 18. The third round at 2 minutes. Well, I think I was still on round 1. It's phenomenal. So there you go, a bit of fun. If you just want to go, if you've ever thought, am I a quick crocheter? Have a go at the 4-round, one evening when you just sat there and you got nothing else to do, nothing on telly, no darts or no snooker or anything. Have a go and then you'll go, But that was an eye-opener for me too. And for those 12 minutes, I was probably going in right over. I didn't stop and have a cup of tea or anything. Oh, dear me. Yes, but it's just fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely fascinating. Let us know in future episodes. What did you think? Let's see who was a greenie or a bluey. Mrs. Beanie's gone for the green one too. Kiwi says it doesn't count. I wasn't born yet. Oh, I love it. Oh, Jenny's going to go for the stripes, but longer. Lois is going for the one all over the place because I can't read. Because my hair was once the same colour as the models. Oh, right. Let's have a quick squiz back. Where were we? Wow. I love it. Oh, brilliant. Bertus, what is slow? Oh, I clicked on that one. What is Slow Horses? It's Apple TV, British made, based on MI. Is it MI5 or MI5? The spies that aren't very good, they get put down into this. Rather than sacked, they just get put into this gang. But they aren't very good, yet they are very good. But it's the boss. It's Gary Oldman who plays the boss of them, who is just inspiring to watch. How he's presented the character. It's just you love him and you don't, but you actually do. He's great. It's a good one. YouTube says if you buy literally anything from Currys, you get 3 months. Do you? Oh, great. And Currys is now really big because PC World is sort of gone, isn't it? It's in Currys, so it's back to being bigger. With Shetland beanies, the different sizes are achieved by using a different needle size. Could you try a large hook for your crochet? I could. I absolutely could. It will become a little bit more or I could do a bigger hook and a bigger yarn that would marry, or I could just use a bigger hook, but then it would be holier, wouldn't it? Show a bit more flesh off. But I don't think I have the heart to do another 16, James, you see. So maybe one round on the outside. Yes, I think I think I'm going to go for one more round on those. Now think. Oh, this is my current whip since we're talking about it. Yeah, yeah, Fizz. I think because I know we were talking about having the lace work, but I now think, do you know what? It might just be easy to start a new round and just do one more, mightn't it? We shall see. Yeah. Fizz was saying, was I set with having them together in the pattern? And because the pattern, it's just two granny squares, two granny squares, two granny squares, three, and then the side ones, then two, sorry, and then the side ones. And I think if I had some knitting down the middle or knitting down the sides, would it distract from what the garment is? So I'll have a play with that anyway. And we'll see. And yes, remember, the promotion stays there throughout the whole of the show. If you want to get a block and you want to get it at a promotion price because you're watching on YouTube, anyone else, they have to pay the normal price for it. I've got 10 in stock. If they all go out the window, I can get some more in, and just let us know. But I think we're all right there. This makes me giggle. Reminds me of pegboards from primary school. I think you can get them, can't you, from IKEA, and you can get them all up, and you get little different shelves and everything put in them. Yes, I am I'm lefty. I am a left-handed crocheter. Sue says, were you using cotton or linen? Probably cricket. Oh, I was using cotton and linen. I might have to do it again. I might shave off a couple of seconds. And Martin was 10 minutes and I was 12. Maybe I can get 2 minutes on him and pip him to the post. Karen says, I'm a quick crocheter. Am I a quick crocheter? Definitely not. I'd have to do a couple of practice squares. Well, that's all right. Do a couple, get warmed up, and see how you do. Now, in the link in the chat, Fizz has posted 3 fabulous links off these, because this is. Let's go back to here again. This was a Sirdar pattern, and Sirdar is a brand. Was a British brand, still kind of is, even though it's owned by an American brand. Well, perhaps it's not then, but they've been going for zonks. They have a fabulous, what would you call it? Like an archive of all their patterns over the years. Flat patterns of knitting and crochet. And they've redone their website, and they have put these patterns from yesteryear into sections. So you can tap on the 60s link that Fizz has put in, the 70s link and the 80s link. They've got more as well. They've got 90s and noughties, and you can buy them. It was wonderful looking through. I spent far too long browsing through some of those patterns. But sometimes the old patterns are just the best, aren't they? And speaking of patterns, the patterns that bring you joy are coming up after the gallery, and we are getting close to that. So I normally play a little ad before the gallery. So I'm going to chat and play an ad. It may work, it may not for some of you. Some of you may get it, some of you may not. But I won't start the gallery till afterwards. So if you want to get a little cup of tea now, or get a catch up of your drink, or toddle off to have a trip to the loo, you can do. But while we chat and play an ad, some of you may see an ad, some of you may not. I'm going to press the ad button now. So some of you may not be seeing this, some of you may. Did you get an ad, Fizz? Oh, Fizz got an ad. Holly says, yay to the lefties. I crochet lefty and knit righty. Face orange, raised eyebrow, face orange. It's a shame my system can't compute those clever little emojis at all. Yes, exactly. I'm a lefty, but when I was taught knitting by the wonderful ladies in the shop, you learn the way, which is right-handed. It's the way to do it. You've got two needles, so I don't call it left-handed or right-handed. So when I teach knitting at the shop, I teach right-handed because it's just too difficult if you were going to be a left-handed knitter to then learn about reading patterns the other way, and then the effect of all the decreases and left leanings and right leanings. It would all be all over the shop, wouldn't it? I love it when you tell me if you didn't get an ad. Boom. Well, or not. Means you didn't miss anything. No ad. Yes, we're on premium now, James, too. It's much nicer. Oh, and the YouTube users got it too. You're a YouTube premium too. Yes, Sue, I'm seeing an ad and have to skip it to get back to you. Good, but you've not missed anything. We were just chatting through people's comments and having a look at the chat. Okay, Jimmy, yes, indeed. It's going to be so good. I've got, did you? We can try and choose what to show up. I don't have any naughty things, obviously. Jenny got an ad too. So don't forget, coming up in about 15 minutes, we've got the knitting and crochet charts that are hot or spicy. Yes, not as spicy as the gallery. Obviously the gallery, it's a different spice because we've got all the rest of the Chianti Cardis that the wonderful Jimmy's made. Now, can I just say, Fizz, I know we're supposed to be doing the gallery and I haven't said this to Fizz. Jimmy and I, we are having conversations about doing a recorded question and answer knitting show. Fizz said, yeah, I know. We've had some conversations this week and we had a little evening knitting over Zoom. We thought there is a gap in the market for it. It's going to be like a podcast because I like listening to podcasts on the way to work. And there is one show that I listen to that does a question and answer, Very Pink Knits, which is wonderful. But sometimes they talk too much at the beginning. And I want the questions. I want the questions and answers. That's what I want. So I said to Jimmy, do you fancy trying doing a new show and seeing how it goes? But it's going to be recorded too. So it will be visually interesting for a YouTube show, but it will also be podcast worthy to listen to for half an hour on the way to work. If it's something that you're like, I might like that, let us know. It will be knitting and crochet chat, but the chat that we have will be on the questions. So we won't do like some where we just start talking about what we did last week or what books you're reading or whatever like that, because it's like I want knitting and crochet content. So, but we also want the questions because we know people like that sort of a show. So if that's something, years ago, yeah, Fizz just said if that was what I was talking about ages ago. Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a long, long while. And then since Jimmy's come along and we've done the Christmas Chiantis and got to know him, I thought, you know what, I'd like to do a show with Jimmy. And Jimmy said yes, and we've been talking about it, so it's cool. Do you knit or crochet, YouTube user? Would you listen to us talking about that? Yeah, I don't know. Do you knit or crochet or craft? I mean, it's great that you want to listen to us. And you can tell he's on, I've assumed, sorry YouTube user, he or she, you can tell they're on brand. Don't forget to smash that like button. It does help in loads of different ways. Right, so the gallery. So back to Christmas, back to our little twirly gig. You're going to see all our fabulous knit and natter groups and people who are local who made a Christmas Chianti Cardi for our window. It's about 3 or 4 minutes, so you can sit back, get your drink, put your knitting down, put your crochet down or whatever you're doing, or the one eye on the snooker, maybe just put two eyes on this and enjoy 3 minutes of lovely close-ups of the Chianti Cardis from all the people in the village and surrounding areas. You're gonna love it. Bravo. Bravo. Gee, I just got goosebumps watching that all over again. Loved editing it. It's just so lovely to see and to highlight the work. Isn't it just beautiful? It doesn't matter what level of crafter you are, just to celebrate what you made and what was in the window and seeing them close up, seeing all the names pop up, was it twirls round? It's just little things like that. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, we've already started planning the next one. A little bit more time though for you, but we're coming back to, it's the warmer weather was what I like. Even though winter is great for knitting and crafting, I'm already looking forward to the warmer weather and spring and maybe that Australian swimming pool, 30 degrees. So we're going to go, just a little teaser now, we're not going to give you loads of instructions, but our next window is going to be for spring bank holiday. That's what we're aiming for. So not May Day. Well, they might start coming in then, but I think it's 24th or the 25th of May. And we are going to go for a flower display. Tons and tons of beautiful flowers. And it was one particular designer, and we're on theme here, crochet again. Fizz is going to drop the name of the designer in the link. Oh, my word. You know, I've often talked about daffodils. They've often appeared in many of our shows, even back when we were pre-recording the shows before COVID, before I got into this live technical thing. And big fan of tulips and all the spring flowers. Well, just go on to the designers. Is it Lily? Is that what Lily's Lyric? Lily. The crochet is exquisite, but it's also very stylized. I fell in love with the lavender, the crochet lavender. Can't wait. The leaves and how these petals and leaves come up, but all the spring flowers are there. There's some beautiful, well, there's all sorts of flowers, hyacinths, roses. I've fallen in love. So that's our spring sort of theme. So crocheters out there, we're going to be choosing flowers. We're going to have a window full of stunning flowers. So when people walk by, they just feel that, yes, summer's on its way and new growth, new beginnings. That's what I love about spring. And you just can't not help to smile at that. Knitters, we're then thinking so far about what will go in this beautiful field of flowers that the crocheters make. And maybe there'll be some sort of, like the chicken, but maybe a butterfly or a bee, or just more knitted flowers. Yes, that does mean, and I know some of you probably already you could already imagine it, on our little twirly gig, we can have a beautiful vase and everyone's flowers can be in it. Can't wait, can't wait. It'll just be, and then we'll get the shop full of lots of real flowers too, to get the smells, and it'll be wonderful. So that's the plan. We were talking about the idea of a podcast show. Jenny says, I would really enjoy that. Fran, I listen to podcasts. Cool. There are some really good ones out there, aren't there? And especially when you connect with someone and it's like the perfect length of a driving show, when you're driving to work or whilst you're cooking dinner, you have an audio book on or a podcast on. Mrs. Beattie, I crochet sometimes and would like it. Top idea for a Q&A. Oh, sorry, Fizz. Should time that. There we go. I know. YouTube user says, I don't knit, but it's very cool. I'd like to try my hand at it sometimes for sure. Well, you know, that's made my day, because the whole point of this show really, and doing it on YouTube, doing it live with tech, is to make sure that people see that knitting is something that's still current, and to break that stereotype of knitting for grannies, because it is an incredible skill, knitting and crochet. The garments you can make, the modern stuff you can make, and all the cool stuff from yesteryear, you know, it's proper couture, isn't it? The skills needed to make a garment or anything is quite phenomenal. Hey, Lewis, some of these bottles have better knitted jumpers than I have. I know, it's stunning, isn't it? Pauline, hey, Paul, there's some Fizz. We've got some people here in the chat today watching. Watching live and in the chat. How many have we got watching now? It's brilliant. 41. Wowzers. And lots of new people. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying it. Pauline says, I'm a left-hander, but I've always... Oh, the lefty. Have always knitted right-handed. Oh, yes, same. As the way I was just taught. Yes. I've just discovered in my 80s continental knitting. Brilliant. It suits my left-handedness so... Same. And I have been doing that too, with two strands. When I did the colour work, it just naturally wanted to have one strand in my left and then my throwing in or picking in my right. It does work really well, doesn't it? I feel we've got an advantage there. Oh, Beatrice, yes, James. It was great, fun to take part. Oh, lovely. Hey, Antonio, beautiful. Oh, you're liking the flower theme too. That's great to see. Love it. So, it's great, Petal. Karen says, I've knitted loads of... I've just made that up completely. Sorry. I've done it, John. I've made lots of knitted flower brooches in the past. I'll have to dig out my patterns. Please do so. Yes. And then share. Absolutely. Fran says, flowers will be an enjoyable project. Boom. Brilliant. And from around the world, and then plenty of time too. So we'll do that on the February show. Then you've got all of February, all of March, all of April, most of May to get them in for June. Wonderful. Right. Our new feature, Fizz. Yeah, you ready? Yeah. Patent. 45 of us, brilliant. Right, 45 of you are going to see now our new little feature, patterns that bring me you joy. I think, what is it, 9 o'clock? We should have been doing this at 8:45 or 8:40, but there we go. So this little feature is a really quick, supposed to be quick, like 2 minutes, and that's it. We advertised earlier in the week a form for you to fill in about patterns that bring you joy. Do I keep saying you or me? It's a bit like when Ken Bruce was doing Tracks of Your Years. Bring us joy. We want to know that pattern that you love and why. Is it because it's just beautifully laid out? Is it because it was a new skill that you'd learned and it had a YouTube tutorial with a link embedded in it? It was an electronic document and it had links to everything, and you were then able to do it, and therefore you felt you had much more success about it? Is it just because it had various options on sizing? That's what we want to know. And we've had 10 entries already, so if we're going to do 2 a show, we've got plenty to get us to certainly the middle of the year. But if you want to fill it in, Fizz will put the link into the chat, and we'd love to hear what you say. It's a real simple form, and it's just got a little gap for you to say why you love it. So the 2 people who have got, we're going to talk about first, is from Dan from London. He's I love all these names. He's Grumpy Dan on Ravelry. He submitted Patterns That Bring Me Joy, the Glaze Jumper by Ruth, I presume that Ruthman Design. And why does it bring you joy? He said, well-written pattern with a stunning yoke detail. I'm using John Arbon Yarn Delic worsted, which is an utter joy to knit in amazing colours. And do you want to see it? This is the glaze jumper. Look at that. And do you know what, Fizz? In all the time we've been doing the charts, which is now 2 years, I've never once seen this. So hopefully this little feature will help to champion those patterns that we just don't hear about, and we can come across some new patterns and some new designs. Don't you think, Fizz? She says, oaky dokily awesome. It looks really good, doesn't it? It's got this really clever wave, which looks like it's, I'm looking on that close up, looks like it's knits, but also looks like a zip, doesn't it? That you want to unzip it and take off the top half. But notice how on that other picture, you could just have the same colour top and bottom, and then just almost like the train track effect looking through. So there we are. That's the glaze jumper by Ruthman Design. So and this is the idea, it's a pattern that brings joy. So hopefully this is not just about a pattern that's that's a nice picture or a nice design. There's something more about the pattern. So you might add it to your list because you know it's had some success, because it's clearly given someone a lot of joy already. Okay, so that's pattern 1, and then pattern 2 is, we'll do 2 a show, is from Brian in Texas, and he is on Insta as BJibSUF. Go and check the profile out. His pattern is Dear Duomo, and the designer is Sung Hee Hong. Why does it bring you joy? They say the pattern has so many tips and tricks to help make a sweater much more polished. Oh, right. I thought I just pressed a button wrong then. Fizz was going, no. She sorted it out. It even includes picture tutorials and links to various videos that are helpful with various techniques. It even includes what is now my favourite folded collar. Well, there you go, isn't that? And let's have a look. If you want a top-down classic jumper, then it's got to be this then, isn't it? Because there are many out on Ravelry, but you know that this pattern has brought someone joy because of, and I can see that. That's knitted and then turned down and knitted down. So it's a nice sort of double one, isn't it? Because of that. The pattern has so many tips and tricks to help make a sweater much more polished. It even includes picture tutorials. Love it. Absolutely love it. Makes all the difference, doesn't it? Well, there we go. So if you want to fill in the form and let us know what your pattern that brings you joy. It's just one. Just tell us the one, and then we'll add it to the list and we will go through. Okay, finish it February, Fizz, yeah? Before we go on to the charts, which we're very nearly there already, remember that age warning for the charts. Any young ones, get them out. Finish it February is coming up. Our show will be in February, and we are probably looking at, I'm looking at the calendar now because we haven't got anything in the calendar, but we normally are every 4 weeks. So we're looking at around the 16th or the 23rd of February. And we're going to probably do an extra show too to celebrate Finish It February. Or some people say Fix It February. Or some people say Frog It February. There are so many you can do. I'm a big fan of Roxanne Richardson. I've been watching her since I started the shop with her YouTube channel. Font of all knowledge with regard to knitting, crochet, and she does sewing as well. So I've got her to thank for this idea. I haven't made it up. I saw her last Casual Friday, went, oh, what a great idea. Thought we'd talk about it and share it with you. Finish It February is all the idea about, it's an opportunity to get out your UFOs from that cupboard. Yeah, that one just round there. To get them out and remind them. Just so you go, oh, yeah. So you just remind yourself of them and you go, oh, and go through them. Maybe just before February or so you're ready to start February and finish them off, or frog it, or whatever, or in February. It doesn't really matter. But it's the idea that you go through those UFOs and you either go, I love it, and put it into a yay pile, and that is then you're going to carry on as normal, or you either hate it, a nay pile, chuck, never going to do it ever again, or you might have a I don't know pile, and as Roxanne calls it, the pile of ambiguity. You're like looking at, oh, do I like it? Well, then that pile of ambiguity just goes back into the cupboard. And it probably goes back until next February to then decide, because it obviously is not strong enough for you to go, I want to finish it, or oh God, I'm sick of that, I hate that yarn, I'm never going to finish it, into the yay or the nay. Okay, and then once you've got your yay and your nay piles in February, then you do whatever. So the nay pile, I've got a list here, you just throw it away. Now I know some of you go, oh, you can't throw away that yarn. Well, you can, or give it to someone who might then use it. So you could frog it and give the yarn to someone else, or you could frog it in February and then use the yarn for something else too. Or you could donate it to someone, donate it to a charity. Sometimes they do things with them. They even finish them off sometimes, don't they? Or give it to a friend to finish. Irene always loves projects like that. A Knit and Natter Friday, Irene. I can give her half a project and she'll go, oh yeah, I'll rip that out and I'll do something with it. Or she'll go, oh yeah, I'll finish it. Oh, I wonder how many Finish It Friday, February she can do. Oh, Finish It Friday. So we've got too many Fs going on. Now the yay pile, when you look at your yay pile, right, I'm going to finish those in February. You obviously be realistic of what you can do in February. Some of you, I know, have probably got loads of UFOs that you've said yes to. Well, you can't do 20 in February, can you? And look at it and choose the ones that you want to finish. So out of 10, there may be one that you go, I love that. So then just focus on that one. And also, Roxanne says this, just because there's a project that's nearly at the end, don't just do that one because it's nearly at the end. No, do it because you really, really want to do it. So that's basically Finish It February. So we're going to have our show in February and probably a really relaxed, like we're doing now, just chatting, a relaxed Finish It February. I'm going to get my yay pile out and it will be that crochet. I know I can hear Sue already saying, do the crochet scarf. I will do that scarf because it's only gone in the cupboard because I can't do a stitch. So I thought maybe that could be our show. We could do it live and we can somehow help me do that stitch. So we'll have 2 shows coming to you in February. And if you want to get involved with that, Finish It February. Do that. Get all your UFOs out and then which ones you're going to keep, yay. Which ones you're not, nay. And then the ones you don't know, just chuck them back in the cupboard till next February. All right? If you want more information, Roxanne does a much more detailed chat about it on her latest vid, which Fizz has posted into the chat, and you can click on it. Now, all these links stay in the chat. So if you're watching on catch up and the chat is going along with you, you can click on it. If not, the links get copied into the description and into a post so you can find them too. Jimmy says, totally doing it, fix it February. Brilliant. Anyone else? Karen, I've been knitting a bolero? Bolero sounds nice, doesn't it? A bolero. Fizz says bolero. I've been knitting a bolero for ages. This February is definitely the time to get it finished. Well, you then said maybe, so that's it. Maybe that goes back into the pile of ambiguity, Karen. Because if that maybe wasn't there, you'd know you'd want to do it, wouldn't you? You've got to just think, do you want to do it? That's the thing, isn't it? Okay, right. Let's look at my schedule. Where are we now, Fizz? Oh, it's the charts. We're up to the charts. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I've just seen it. Thanks, Fizz. The charts. We're coming near the end. I know we've gone about 10 minutes over. Okay, the charts. Are you sitting comfortably? Do you have your cushions ready to hide behind? And there are definitely no young eyes watching, are there? Oh, no, we're past the watershed now, aren't we? 9 o'clock. We're safe, Fizz. We're safe. We've been doing these charts for 2 years. We've planned it to go past 9 o'clock. I like it, Fizz. We've been doing these charts for 2 years. And every now and again, we get a funny one in the charts. With the crochet, it was that naughty blanket with the F word, effing and jeffing in it. And there was also a funny sort of balaclava one. But we don't really see much else. And it could probably just be the one odd pattern. And then it's the norm. Which I say the norm, that's probably a bad thing to say. But just, what you would expect to see. This week, there is, and in both charts, knitting and crochet, all sorts of spicy things that will make you go, ooh, I'm thinking of Gina G now. Ooh, just a little bit. Okay, the crochet one, there are a couple of, yeah. Just, I've said enough. Are you ready? Are you definitely ready? Fizz, are you definitely ready? Okay, I can't wait for the chat when we come out of this. If you're still behind the cushion, you can come out now. Whoo! What? One chart is never, and not just one. We should have known things were going to go spicy from the chicken hat at number 9? Oh dear. The tapeworm was something. Fizz says that was something. Absolutely. Oh no. I'm going to have to put a stronger warning. Oh dear. Memmy, hey Memmy. I know. Well, I think that was pretty much what I texted Fizz about 4 o'clock, and then also Jimmy, because I was celebrating Jimmy. He'll be in the charts in the knitting one. Oh, I know. So that's a perfect emoji. I know, biblically accurate. It is giving us lots, isn't it? It's what the crafting world is wonderful. Oh, Fizz has made a note. Did you? Yeah, 7. 7 is going to go on our funny what the up list for the end of the year. We've got 7 already. We haven't got to trawl the whole year. We've got the funny patterns already in one chart. I know. I hope it doesn't give you nightmares. Completely. Absolutely. I know. Yes. Oh, talking about nightmares, have you been watching From? Is it on Sky? Is it on Sky or was that Netflix? I can't remember. That gave me nightmares because I watched the new season 3, and that was very disturbing. These charts are what people are actually looking at, are what people are actually making. No, what people are looking at. And it's just obviously the hits. And that's the bit I find fascinating, because some of these patterns aren't new. So some of these patterns are 2020, 2021 when you click on them and look at them. So it makes you think, wow, so where is this being talked about to get enough hits for the algorithm to then put it into what people are looking at, and at number 1 and number 2. So people are talking about it somewhere, aren't they? So for example, sometimes the grocery girls can talk about a pattern, and a classic one is Needles at the Ready Boys. They talked about the Jethro, and boom, and they also talked about the emotional support chicken, and it pushes big time in the knitting world. Do you think they've been looking at it and talking about it? Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. I should have given you that warning earlier. Oh dear. I found Stranger Things scary enough. Oh, yeah, From it's a fascinating story though. Absolutely fascinating. I almost want to skip to the end of the whole thing because I want to know how they've got around it. But the premise of this idea, if I quickly indulge me, just so we get over from that chart, is that people are coming along this road and there's a tree down. So they have to then turn around and go a different way. Now, they then go round and then they start driving through this village and they follow the same road and they come back through the village again. And they follow the same road and they come back through the village. They can't get out of this village now that they live in. But this village then has these scary demon-y things that come out at night. So they have to stay indoors, otherwise they... It's a fascinating thriller, but there are bits that are a bit too nightmarish. Pauline, good. I'm glad you're still giggling because you're going to need it for the knitting chart now. Are you ready? So another warning for the knitting chart. Get your cushion back out. Margaret, I'm making this warning stronger. Okay? Though there are a couple in the knitting charts that I was... It's a different type of knitting. I'm like, ooh, I quite liked it. So enjoy the knitting charts. Or look away at... What one have they got to look away? I can't remember which one it was now. Oh, number 2. Number 2. Yeah, number 8, number 2. Or just think of me. Yeah. Okay, YouTube. Yeah, I know. We shall take that down now. Thanks, YouTube. Bye. Oh, dear me. See what I mean? Both charts. Oh, man. Oh dear, I love it. See, now aren't you glad you're not watching the snooker? You don't get this type of entertainment from normal broadcasting channels, do you? Oh dear. Number 1 looked like she was right into number 2. My eyes. Oh no, it's not as bad. It's a different type, isn't it? Well, apart from that, the dissected rat one would give me nightmares. Oh dear. Oh, but yes, let's celebrate Jimmy being number 4. It's a free pattern. Wonderful, Jimmy. I hope you get a lot of uptake from that. So wonderful to see you there. And that was earlier, so you could have got even higher by now, because if we're all looking at it, all click on it. Come on, everyone. All click on it and push it higher. Completely. You lot are so funny. Not as strange as crochet. No. Lovely seeing the lab rat making come back. How did I miss that? Was it in last year then? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, very much so. Could rely on you lot to... What way to finish a Sunday, eh? Oh, serious... Okay. Would you... Number 2, no. I would do the jock though, and I have actually bought one of his patterns. Which one is the jock? I'm looking at the wrong chart now. What number? Number 6, yeah, PBKD, the tackle box jock strap. I have actually got one of those patterns, though I don't know what I'd do it in. But yes, at the gym, that's when you're doing your squats. That comes in particularly handy, but I don't know. Jimbo, Kiwi James, do you want to knit it? I don't know. Very much. Me too. Ah. No. How many people would come past the shop, hey? Yeah, and that is true. On a serious note, that is wonderful, isn't it? Oh, what a way to... Obviously, everyone has central heating, of course. I don't need central heating on tonight. I now feel very, very warm. Well, there we go. What a show, hey, everyone. Absolute show. I'm just checking I'm all of a flummox now. I'm just checking the schedule for what else we've got. Yeah, nothing left there at all. We'll just calm ourselves down with a bit of chat as we finish off. My life with yarn, we have fun don't we just? And that is the whole point about the show. I think that's something we said when I spoke to Fizz about doing it ages ago, well, 2 years ago live. It was about the community. It was about spreading and championing knitting and crocheting and craft. It's not just about selling. Obviously, I've got a shop and I would like to keep the shop going. And so, shameless promotion, that comes back in. If you do want to buy, oh, there it goes. It's on delay. If you did want to buy one of those, yeah, you know you can get it. But that's what we also wanted to do, was to treat you who watch week in, or no, month in, month out, and also to the shows that we do during the charts, and we sometimes put out special ones. I often put out segments of the show in small pieces so you can rewatch again, like the Christmas Chiantis will go up as a special solo sequence. But yes, we did say straight away it wasn't going to be sell, but that was a New Year's resolution to try maybe to do a little bit more selling. But hopefully, where are we? This way. How does John do it? That way. Hopefully, you can make use of that promo. But if not, what promotion might we have on February? You never know. Might be 5 or 6 balls of wool at a special price, because that's what we want to do, is also treat you and also treat the Woolpatch channel members with all those W's. You're looking at that chat now and I can see so many W's. That is, if you don't already know, that's where you just join the channel and pay $4.99 a month or a little bit more. I know Helene has gone up to shop supporter level 2. For $8.99, and see it as that, as you popping into my shop. Because you're not local, you pay your $4.99 over YouTube to support me in the shop, and it's like coming into my shop and buying 1 ball of wool a month. And I know many of you buy more balls of wool a week, let alone a month. So I think it's very reasonable. And I know many of you like to support local and bricks and mortar, and you want to support, but you can't because you're miles away on the other side of the world. So some of you support me by doing the $4.99. Which is always most appreciative. And hopefully we can support you back by giving you a treat or two. So that's nice to know what's going to be the February promotion and what's going to be, the March and so forth. I'll have fun planning that. Right, I think we've all calmed down, haven't we? Let's finish off. What does everyone say? Wendy, why make underwear that you can only hand wash? I know. Jimbo, the phrase, my physique is not compatible with either 6 or 2. Oh, hey, Margaret. Oh, Facebook. Oh, have I broadcast to Facebook? Did I press the right button, Fizz? I am broadcasting to Facebook. Hello, everyone in Facebook. So that's I've got an F there. I forgot completely I was broadcasting to Facebook. Interesting evening. We'll try the crochet. Oh, please do, Margaret. Lovely having you watch. Oh, yeah, and Fizz is posting links into Facebook too. Oh, dear. Wonderful. So many new people, Fizz. Yarning for a Smile. Lovely to have you with us. It's an amazing yarn community. I love the new format. It was a joy to watch. Wonderful, wonderful, hilarious, fun times. Right, well, we'll sign off there, everyone. Thank you very much. See you, thanks Margaret for that. See you Facebook people and YouTube people. We'll see you mid-February, and then for an extra relaxed show like this with no whizzy things, we'll just get our knitting and crochet out and either fix it with our yay pile and finish it, or frog it, or I could say something else in the nay pile, or couldn't we? For Fix It Friday, Fix It February. We should do it on a Friday, maybe. Oh no, we'll keep it on a Sunday. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. 9:30, 90 minutes. You can't get that anywhere else, can you? I've enjoyed your company. See you very soon. Thank you, Fizz. Oh, yes, that's right. Did you miss the 5-minute countdown at the beginning? I don't think you probably did you? Actually, you probably just liked it going straight in. If you did, send us a message on Instagram or pop it in the comments if you did miss the 5-minute intro where we wave and say hello. But I think we just did a lot there now anyway, but makes up for it, doesn't it? Thanks everyone. Thanks Fizz as always for pressing the buttons and getting it all sorted. Look at you sending stuff through. Did I spot a Kiwi James send one through too, a super chat? Kiwi James, that's very kind of you. And now YouTube users done exactly the same. That is now I can't get my button to work. That is very kind of you. Much appreciated. Love having you watch. Oh, you love the new intro. Oh, that's good. Love it. Oh, you make my day, people. All right, I must go because I need a drink to fan myself down. Cheers, everyone. See you later. Ta-ra, and see you in February for Finish It February.